Hello, gorgeous souls. Welcome to another fabulous Galactic Origins, Starseed Origins video. So, in this one, we're going to be talking about the ultimate Clairsentients, the ultimate impasse, Hadarian Starseeds. Let's jump in. So, in this cosmic video, I'm going to be covering Hadar, also known as Beta Centauri, a little mythology of Centaurus, some galactic herstory of Beta Centauri, and then all about the ultimate clairsentients, Hadarian starseeds, their traits, their codes, how to unlock or find this star in your natal chart and your galactic origins connected to it, as well as the Hadarian alignment. Okay, so Hadar, Beta Centauri, is around 390 light years from the sun. It is located in the famous Centaurus constellation. And Hadar, also known as Beta Centauri, is the second brightest object in Centaurus and the 11th brightest star in the night sky, though it is actually a triple star system. You can see it hanging out right there. The traditional name of Beta Centauri was Hadar and Aegina. And both names are derived from the Arabic language, the roots meaning to be present or on the ground or settled civilized area. Aegina also translates to the knees. And so it's very much connected with the lower half of the body and being grounded in the body, which is one of the reasons why these beings are so clairsentient. They're able to feel things psychically through their bodies and through their emotions. It is believed to be named as such because the star also appears near the horizon as viewed from low altitudes. So Centaurus is one of the largest constellations in the sky, and it represents the centaur, half man, half horse, this creature in Greek mythology. Sources do tend to differ on which centaur the constellation represents, but it's usually taken to be Chiron, the wounded healer, who mentored the Greek heroes Hercules, Achilles, Theseus, and Perseus. Chiron was a well-known and respected teacher of medicine, music, and hunting, and he lived in a cave on Mount Pelion, taught many young princes and future heroes. He unfortunately met his tragic end after being accidentally struck by one of Hercules' arrows, which the hero had dipped in Hydra's blood, a poison for which there was no cure. Being the son of the immortal Kronos, Saturn, Chiron was himself also immortal, but when the arrow struck him, he was in terrible pain, but he stayed alive. This is kind of where that wounded healer archetype comes from. Zeus eventually released the centaur from immortality, allowing him to pass, and later placed him among the stars. And so for this all of the stars in the Centaurus constellation are very much associated with Chiron, with healing, with this wounded healer archetype, sometimes getting stuck in being able to help other people, but not always so easily able to help ourselves. We know how important Chiron is in starseed astrology too. So the galactic herstory of Hadar. So the Centaurus star system is home to a really huge, diverse range of different galactic civilizations. It's one of the closest star systems to Earth, with Alpha Centauri being only 4.3 light years away. Beta Centauri Hadar is a triple star system, a stellar system, with over 17 different planets in total, including humanoids from the Lyran colony established there following the Draco War. There are many other species, including avians, reptilians, amphibians, and hybrid groups as well. Most of the beings within the Hadar system are benevolent and have superior clairsentience, the gift of psychic sense. So Hadarian starseed traits. Of course, each Hadarian starseed, all starseeds in general, are going to be different and unique in their own way, especially given where this star falls in your natal astrology chart. But they do share many commonalities. So these are the following Hadarian starseed traits. They are extremely empathetic. They have incredible clairsentience, psychic feeling. They experience other people's emotions, not necessarily in like a codependent way. Like we kind of use that word empath. I think it gets overly used a bit, They experience clairsentience through their body, through their feelings, their emotions, but also their sensory experiences as well. And so that's a really beautiful psychic gift to have, but it can sometimes be overwhelming, right? If you're taking in a lot of sensory data. They are incredibly optimistic, sometimes to a fault. They may be taken advantage of due to their loving and trusting nature. They find joy in little things and they love love. They love being in relationships. They're very driven to help others and be of service. Hadarian starseeds are very fun, they're very spontaneous, and they're very connected to their inner child, this beautiful, playful energy. Sometimes people misinterpret this as being childish. It's not. It's just that they know the value of being lighthearted, especially in this day and age. They're the friend that brings fun to every equation and is often described as the life and soul of the party and can really uplift any group. Hadarian souls truly believe in the theory that there is a partner that's perfectly suited to you and matched to you in every way, a divine counterpart. For that reason, they love very hard and unconditionally because they expect that back from their partners, although that's not always their experience. Hadarian starseeds are very spontaneous. They love to book trips on a whim. They love to travel. They're also very emotional. They may cry spontaneously too, very emotionally aware and expressive. They do tend to be more extroverted, especially in their earlier years in this lifetime on Earth. Their friends do often describe them as one of the brightest, most unique stars in their lives, and they can sometimes feel lost on Earth. Hadarians are drawn to settling down and having roots just as much as they are to traveling, but that doesn't always apply to life down here on Earth. Because Earth isn't really a loving, peaceful, and wise place, not fully yet. That's why Hadarians find it difficult to get used to evilness and the darkness of human ways. It's just almost something like they just don't understand, no matter how old they are, no matter how wise they become. It's just baffling, right? It can be so baffling, the ways in which certain things play out here on Earth. The Hadarian Starseed mission. So, spreading love and joy always starts from the self. We know that. If you don't love yourself, you will never be able to properly give love to someone else. That's why every Hadarian Starseed's mission starts with learning to love themselves unconditionally, accepting their flaws, but also learning to set up healthy boundaries to keep others from abusing your kindness. Hadarian Starseeds realize that fulfilling their mission doesn't mean limiting the love they give. On the contrary, once they know how to protect themselves from toxic relationships, they're healthier, they're happier, with more love to give than ever before. So, with every individual that Hadarian Starseeds touch with their love, they are contributing to their ultimate mission on Earth. And that is spreading the energies of divine love and awakening humanity to their true spiritual nature. These starseeds also resonate on the band of violet light, ultraviolet light, and may feel a strong connection to being of service using this frequency and other metaphysical healing modalities. So if you relate to the violet ray, or if you've worked a lot with the violet flame, or you feel really called to work with that frequency, that's a really clear sign that you're connected to Hadar in some way. All right, so Hadarian Starseed codes, get out your natal star chart and check and see if you have this star conjunct any of your natal planets, luminaries, asteroids, or angles of the chart. So in the tropical zodiac system, which is based on the sun's trajectory across the celestial equator and the fixed solstice and equinox points, Hadar Beta Centauri is currently located at 24 degrees Scorpio. It might be a little earlier in degrees, depending on how old you are when you were born. So anywhere from like 22 to 25 degrees of Scorpio would be a definite conjunction to Hadar or Beta Centauri in the tropical zodiac. In the true sky sidereal zodiac system, Hadar is located around 29 degrees Libra. So 27 to 29 degrees Libra in the sidereal, which is based on the updated coordinates as the stars we know move 1 degree every 72 years. So check and see. Do you have any conjunctions? Those are the most important to look for, but you could also look at oppositions, squares, and trines. Also, super important to note that Hadarian starseeds often have really strong connections to the Venusian asteroids too. There's an entire video about the Venusian asteroids if you want to check on those, because they do really embody that frequency of Venus. They may even have Venus as the ruler of their chart, a Taurus or a Libra rising person, or Venus is really prominently placed in important areas of their chart. So let me know if you guys have any of these codes in your star chart. And then next up, the Hadarian alignment. So we have 2 different alignments each year for different stars, different star systems, galaxies, nebulas, black holes as well. So the sun is generally going to be conjunct Hadar, Beta Centauri, in November, from November 15th to 17th. This means that anywhere we can find the sun in the northern hemisphere, Hadar is very close or nearby it. So you will be able to absorb some light codes through the portal of the sun from Hadar on this day to connect with the Hadarian guide, to connect with this Beta Centauri frequency, to receive some clairsentient activations, energy upgrades, DNA clearing, all kinds of different magic happens during those direct alignments with the sun. Then 6 months before that, we have the opposite alignment with Hadar, where this fixed star is more visible in the night sky. So a beautiful time for healing, for shadow work, for releasing karmic binds or knots connected to lifetimes on Beta Centauri. That's May 15th through the 17th. It will be most visible in the night sky in the northern hemisphere. If you happen to be below the equator in the southern hemisphere, these dates will be reversed. So the direct alignment will be in May and the opposite alignment will be in November. All right, you guys. So do you have any Hadarian Starseed connections? Do you have any connections to this galactic family? Comment below. Let me know. I always love hearing from you. And thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.